We are back up on Capitol Hill this morning with Congressman Judy. She's a Democrat of California, a member of the Budget and Ways and Means Committee. Congresswoman, I want to begin with the latest economic data. The Labor Department issuing the job numbers for May. U.S. payrolls increased 139,000 in May, more than expected. Unemployment stays steady at 4.2%. Job growth continues for 50-plus months in a row. Does President Trump deserve credit?
Well, I think we have to look at what is going to happen in the future. We have not yet seen the full effects of the tariffs. Of course, President Trump has to decide whether he is retaining or implementing more tariffs. And I believe that once the tariffs are implemented, we're going to see tremendous destruction to this economy. And we will see that Americans will have to pay more out of pocket to pay for the goods that will be affected by these tariffs. So the future is yet to be determined with regard to the economy.
How concerned are you about the tariffs on the economy? Elon Musk says in a tweet yesterday in this public feud that he believes it will trigger a recession.
I think that there is good reason to believe that that could happen. We still do not know the extent of the tariffs, if he will re-implement these 145% tariffs on goods from China. So he could do that. And if so, then yes, I do think that there's a great possibility there could be a recession.
Explain the economic argument there
Well,
for a recession.
If the goods are at such a high level, of course, it will cause a tariff war to occur, and then we will see that goods will be out of reach for people, and also that businesses will close down. You know, I've heard story after story of businesses who have ordered goods. Just yesterday, I was at a wine event where people say they have to have a 3-month lead in ordering wine, and they are ordering wine, and with the tariffs, it could be many, many thousands of dollars more, making it impossible for them to make ends meet, and they could go out of business.
Front page of the Wall Street Journal this morning, Congresswoman, trade deficit shrinks by more than half. The U.S. trade deficit collapsed in April, shrinking by more than half as tariffs took a huge bite out of imports. The trade deficit narrowed to a seasonally adjusted $61.6 billion in April. That was down sharply from the record $138.3 billion it hit in March, when businesses were racing to bring in imports before Liberation Day tariffs that President Trump imposed April 2nd. Your reaction to this news?
Well, of course, we have maybe the shrinking of the trade deficit now, but who is paying for that? Actually, my real reaction is, who is paying for this? I think that the American people will be paying for this, for all these goods that are coming in right now. And so it is yet to be determined in terms of what the prices will be and how Americans will suffer from this.
You opposed, as all Democrats did, the so-called Big Beautiful Bill. That's the GOP spending and tax cuts bill that was passed in the House. It's now over in the Senate, and you've heard the conversations Republicans are having over there about making changes to the legislation. Are there changes that you would agree with?
I definitely think we have to take out the cuts to Medicaid, and I understand that certain senators are concerned about these cuts to Medicaid. These cuts to Medicaid and to the ACA will throw 16 million people off their health care coverage. That's the latest report by the Congressional Budget Office. That would be the largest cut to health care in this nation's history. So I certainly hope these senators make a change to that, and that they do what is right in terms of the health care coverage to Medicare as well, because these changes will cause a cut to Medicare of $500 billion. So we're talking about cuts to Medicare, to the Affordable Care Act, and to Medicaid. And in fact, the cuts to Medicaid are certain to shut down hospitals who are hanging by a thread right now as it is, especially our rural hospitals, and that cannot happen.